It hasn't hit me yet, to be honest. I think I'll start to have some emotion about it once I get there. I think a lot of those mixed feelings will start to surface. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to play there. It's a day I circled on my calendar pretty much immediately when I found out I was coming here. I looked up both games and circled them, so you know, I'm looking forward to it. But like I said, I'm calm right now. Those emotions will come once I get there. I always pictured that I would be a professional soccer player, and I'm just a guy who's so in the moment that I was just really taking it in stride. You know, I was making the best of every opportunity given to me.
Flag stays down here for DeLeon, and he pulls one back.
The Rosario's set it up for DeLeon, and the D team has struck for DC.
What I remember about Nick, he was a tenacious kid. He was hungry. But one thing I always admired about him, he was humble. You know, he wasn't a kid that was about the flash. He was a kid that really knew what he wanted. A kid that I saw that was self-driven and very self-motivated. You know, you didn't have to really inspire him much. He definitely came to DC looking to make a stamp and looking to make his presence felt, and he definitely did that.
And Espinoza. Naha, lovely ball with a header towards the back post. It's a real chance here. It's an equalising goal. Nick DeLeon with the goal for DC United. It's his fourth goal of an impressive rookie campaign.
You know, to come in and have an immediate impact the way he did, but it didn't surprise me because of his demeanor and because of his willingness to want to learn and his willingness to put in the work every day.
When we were at RFK, people loved him, you know, they cheered and they adored him, and I mean, how can you not? You know, Nicky's always been a great guy, always been positive. He was like always competitive, so we have days in training, we always go at it. One of my favorite guys to train against, and he always kept this positive mentality, like I'm always gonna help the team out some way, shape or form. Man, come game day, if you had to play right back, right mid, center mid, whatever it was, he was up for the challenge.
DeLeon! Magnificent, an assist for the rookie.
2 years in a row I had 2 surgeries, which kind of derailed me a little bit. I had a sports hernia surgery. It took me out a couple months, and then I had a scope on my right knee last year that sidelined me for I think like 3 months, 3.5 months. And yeah, it was tough. They seemed to come at very poor timing, right when I felt like I was really starting to hit my peak on both occasions, and then you get a little unfortunate or whatever, injuries happen, adversity happens. So then it's back to that moment thing, you know. There's nothing really I could do except the daily tasks at hand to get better, day by day, get back on the field. I can get where they were coming from. I can see both sides, but yeah, it definitely hurt. I knew that morning of the re-entry draft, I got a call from my agent as he was kind of talking around to some teams, and he said Toronto has really big interest, and they seem to really want you and see you as part of their team program moving forward. I mean, from afar, I've always liked and respected what this club represented. So for me to hear that they wanted me like that and they're pursuing me pretty well, it was a no-brainer at that point. And we were really happy. I was really happy. My wife, we sat down and talked, and we wrapped our heads around it, and we were really looking forward to the opportunity presented here at Toronto. 8th year doing it. I think I got it down. Ready? There we go. I'm glad to be here. You know, I've always been in red, black, and white my entire life. And it's no different here, so I love the colors. I feel comfortable and right at home.
Because of his attitude, because of mentality, we see a new revamped DeLeon, hungry, and I was very excited when I saw that TFC picked him up because I knew what he could offer, and not from a player standpoint, but also from a locker room and for some of the young guys coming up to look up to a kid like that that's humble and just puts in the work every day.
And picked up by TFC, it's DeLeon!
I'm just happy to be playing, and I'm happy to be up top. I'm just dialed in, focused.
Now DeLeon in space on the right side of the box. It's a cross goal. Did he get a touch? TFC level it.
Here it comes. Morrow with the run. Get it in front. DeLeon, even at one.
What a goal that is from Toronto FC.
Yeah, I definitely have a chip on my shoulder this year, and I had a lot to prove, especially to myself. I just want to be more of an offensive threat, and that was my main goal coming into this year, is get some goals, get some assists, and just be a nuisance up top.
Welcome back to DC is Nick DeLeon. He's in his first year with TFC, but remember, of course, he spent 8 with DC United before coming over.
Yeah, a little bit of a different role for Nick DeLeon, playing a central role. I thought he was very good in the last game early in the year when these teams met.
I'm not gonna say some things I probably would like to. I'm definitely excited to play there. It's a day I circled on my calendar pretty much immediately.
You could see, I think, on his the energy of his play leading up to DC. You know, you could see somewhere in his mind he was like he had that day marked off. It's just something about it that when you play against your old team, you want to prove yourself. You know, you want to prove to them that they let a special player go.
Correa goes at Stever. It's a step on Stever. Still Correa to the 6. Oh, DeLeon has scored! And Toronto has drawn the first goal tonight at Audi Field.
It felt good to get the goal. Richie does all the work and I get the tap in, so all the credit goes to Richie on that. But yeah, I feel good. It's nice to be back here.
Obviously, I'm happy to see that he's doing well, but to see it happen against us, you hate to see that, but I mean, it happens.
To see Nick score that goal in DC, I knew for him was a great feeling.
I think Nick's performance every day is that of a man and of a professional, and a guy who puts out his heart and soul out there every single night. It's not going to be any different when it comes from plays against his old club. I think he has that much respect for DC and for the club here that he's going to give his best, and he does that every single night.
I spent 7 years here, so I was really looking forward to seeing some teammates, some fans. There's a lot of people here who mean a lot to me, and I was really looking forward to playing here.